Blue Jackets get set to conclude their season series with the St. Louis Blues here tonight. The Blue Jackets come into this game having lost 4 games in a row. Jody, it's the first time this year that they have lost this many games in a row. They have this one home game before they go out on the road. That makes this important.
Yeah, big time. And Nationwide Arena is starting to be a good place for the Columbus Blue Jackets. These players now need to find their game. They played well in Winnipeg, Bob. But you know what? They didn't get the results. It's a find-a-way-to-win league, according to Torts, and they did that earlier. They need to do that again here tonight.
John Tortorella always challenges his players, and one guy that he's really challenged this year is forward Josh Anderson. And Anderson has responded. No matter what line he's played on, he has been able to produce. When Cam Atkinson couldn't play in Winnipeg because he got injured, Anderson jumped onto the top line with Artemi Panarin and Pierre-Luc Dubois and did a great job. And he's used to that challenge coming from his head coach.
Definitely had conversations throughout the year. Maybe whenever it's been a couple games where he doesn't think I'm at the level where I'm capable of, he definitely lets me hear it. Maybe sometimes on the bench too, but that's the things that makes players better. You want to hear that because if they're not talking to you, then they don't really care that much about you. So.
Josh Anderson for the Blue Jackets, he's had a nice season. He's been pretty consistent up there in that forward position. And now on the right side with Dubois and Panarin, I like it. And you can tell he sees this as an opportunity. Who doesn't want to play with those two guys? So I like the way they played in Winnipeg. See if he continues here tonight at home, being physical and putting the pucks in the net.
When you were a player, were you ever supposed to be a healthy scratch and at the last moment all of a sudden got called and told, get to the dressing room, you're in the game?
As a matter of fact, yes. I was in Carolina eating popcorn seconds before the puck was on the ice. And then all of a sudden the trainer called. I thought it was a joke. And then I was in the lineup trying to pick a fight.
Well, Mark Letestu had that happen to him the other day. And he did most of that. I don't think there was any popcorn. And he certainly didn't try to pick a fight. But he did have to come in and play when he was expecting to be a healthy scratch. Now, Letestu just got called back up to the Blue Jackets from Cleveland last week. He's a guy that brings a sense of calmness to the room as he gets back into the lineup.
I can't be the guy that comes in here and shouts or, the guy that's going to, rally the team. I haven't been with them through the battles all this year, so I have to find my way in this room again. But just go about your actions. To me, calmness was part of it last game for me, being thrown in there really right into it. That's the only way to react is to just act like you know what you're doing and then roll with it.
The great guy, Mark Letestu. We love having this guy around. I think his teammates love him, too, and his coaches because he does things the right way. He's reliable. He's so reliable. He was walking on his way to the rink the other day and got the call that he was playing, and he did an outstanding job, won a big face-off on a power play, really chipped in. So good to see him here. I like his veteran presence, especially right now in this lineup.
Let's talk about the St. Louis Blues. Earlier in the year, the Blue Jackets went to St. Louis. They won the game. They scored 7 goals in the game. And that was just the start of St. Louis's struggles. However, those struggles recently have come to an end. They're playing much better. They're playing some of their best hockey of the year, and that's why the Blue Jackets have to be on their A game here tonight. Let's talk about the top 3-point getters for the St. Louis Blues. Braden Shen, Vladimir Tarasenko, and Ryan O'Reilly.
Yeah, it's the top line for this team. And O'Reilly just got back from the All-Star game. He's an elite acquisition by these guys. He's very, very good in all situations. Penalty kill, power play. He's always got the puck, but he's a playmaker with a little bit of grit. I like his game. Tarasenko, he's a shooter. He's a guy that's reliable in the offensive zone. He's a guy the Blue Jackets want to make him play in his own end. Make him defend, make him work hard down there. And Braden Shen is a player who's got some grit and some skill. He's a nice complementary piece on the top line. He's finding the back of the net, and you're right. This St. Louis Blues team is playing much better as a team, but this is the top 3 that the Blue Jackets have got to keep an eye on.
And no surprise, they've gotten better goaltending here in the last couple of months, too, and that's helped them to be better.
Always.
It is time now to go beyond the numbers, which is being brought to you by Ohio Credit Union. What number do you have tonight?
Well, my number is 5. The Blue Jackets do a much better job out there against the opposition when they work together as 5 guys. I mean, the 2 defense working with the forwards. Getting out of the zone is a key component to this game, and when you can make that tape-to-tape pass and the defensemen are on the same page as the forwards, working as a 5-man unit, things go much smoother. So my number tonight, 5.
All right, Beyond the Numbers brought to you by Ohio Credit Union. They also bring you my daily CBJ in 30 podcast. You can find it at BlueJackets.com, on the Blue Jackets app, or subscribe at iTunes or Google Play. That'll do it for tonight's Rink Report. For Jody, Shelley, I'm Bob McElligott. Enjoy the game.